your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Footballsportsapp.com. What is it? It's the first live action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir.
Yeah. We in the house with a 93 shot. MC8, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no faking the phone.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
And ain't nothing but a Compton thing.
Y'all not gonna mess up my spirit. I feel good today, man.
Rest in peace.
Talking about some damn vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A crooked childhood is what the way I am. It's got me in the state where I don't get damn.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Brought to you by footballsportsapp.com. Getting everybody's fantasy leagues all up and going. I got to send my little money in for the Doug Stewart Show Fantasy Football League. I haven't done that yet. I guess that's a bad look for the damn namesake of the league not to pay his money yet. I got you. I get it there, man. I get it there. Before the season starts. All right. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Not really many birthdays today. It's time to talk some birthdays and entertainment. Yeah, as a matter of fact, this is going to be real quick today. There's only one birthday of note. George Hamilton. Which I don't know what the hell George Hamilton has played in, but he's been in a bunch of stuff. Google him and that George Hamilton. That dude's been in a bunch of stuff for a long, long time. He turned 77 years old today. Happy birthday to him. And that's it. Some interesting looking little days today. Today is National Julienne Fries Day. What the hell is a julienne fry? Is a julienne fry like a waffle fry? Is that the same thing? Let me look this up. We should have looked this up already. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Julienne fries. Oh, julienne fries are kind of like little scrap pieces of potato. They real slender. And okay, so it's not like waffle fries. So today is National Julienne Fries Day. Today is also National Middle Child Day. Middle child got their own damn day. All right, that's good for them. And also today is National Vinyl Record Day. Yeah. Where it's kind of like an artsy thing to buy vinyl. You go to these little like specialty shops in the mall or whatever. There's a store in the mall, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. They sell all this nostalgic type stuff, and they'll sell you an old school record player. And if you're under the age of 35, you never grew up with a record player. You grew up with a cassette player first, and then CDs, and now you don't even have to buy nothing. All of the record stores going out of damn business. You just download stuff now. But when I was a kid, there were record players. What was the small one? The 45s. They called it a 45-inch. Was it the 45? I can't remember now. I'm getting old. So it was the 33. The 33 was the album. That was the big one. And the 45, I believe, and somebody in the chat room can correct me, was a little small single record. And you put it on the little record player, and you put the little needle on it. And then when I was about in my teens, maybe my early teens, maybe like 10 years old, then cassette tapes came out, and that was the thing. You had a little cassette player. And then we moved on from that to the mid-'90s, when CDs became real prevalent. And I know this. Let me tell you how I know this. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So when I first moved to Atlanta, me and a couple of my boys started this little independent record label. Yeah, we were just like everybody else. We were going to be record producers. Yeah. And so, no lie. I mean, we were real deep in it. We kind of had like a management group, and we had a couple of acts signed, and we were promoting them, and we actually printed up or pressed up some cassette tapes. And we were, doing them by consignment, selling them by consignment to all of the little flea markets in Atlanta. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of flea markets. There were probably like 8 or 9 different flea markets that we took our tapes to or whatever and sold them on consignment, which we didn't really make any money at all. It was just a waste of time because we couldn't promote it. We didn't have a budget to promote it. But we were young and zealous. And so we went from cassette tapes like probably 97. It was a change from cassette tapes where we were selling cassette tapes in the flea markets to CDs. So it was the mid to late 90s where the changeover started to happen. And then the CDs went from CDs to downloads, in the last 6 or 7 years? I mean, is that pretty much it? Yeah. And I remember, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, in Atlanta, there was this big radio or record store downtown called, and it might even still be around, but a legendary record store, Earwax. It was called Earwax. And they had all the old vinyl, man, and I mean, it was a real cool, funky store. It seemed like a place where a bunch of weed heads hung out at. It was a cool store. Is Earwax still around? Is Earwax still around? I don't know. But that was kind of like an Atlanta monument back in the day. And they had all of the cool stuff in there, man, soul vinyl and whatnot. From Run CNC in the chat room, he says, it's supposed to be 95 here in Ohio today. This Vikings bingo game is going to have me sweating out crown left and right. From Truck D, Doug, I heard you had CeeLo signed, but you told him he had. No, I didn't. No, that's funny. The names of the groups, we had 2 groups. One was called Passion Click from Decatur. And I've told a story before about how we booked them to perform at like 559, which was a big-time club back in Atlanta back in the day. But we had this group called Passion Click, these 2 kids from, and they weren't kids. They were like 18 years old. But they were from Decatur. And we booked them to perform at 559 or either the Silver Fox on Bankhead back in the day. No lie, this is all true. And we told them, like, listen, matter of fact, I know what it was. I know what it was now. It wasn't 559. It wasn't Silver Fox on Bankhead. We had performed there before. It was the Red Train Cafe in Marietta, Georgia, off of Franklin Road. Yeah. And so, and you remember the Red Train Cafe back in the day in Marietta. Marietta had a couple nice little spots. They had the Red Train Cafe off of Franklin Road, which was kind of hood, but it was cool. You roll up in there and, have a good time. And then they also had back in the day in Marietta, off in Cobb County, Vegas Nights. You remember Vegas Nights? Vegas Nights was, kind of like highfalutin. It was big to have it in Cobb County. But anyway, so we told these kids, man, that listen, we got y'all booked to perform at the Red Train Cafe in Marietta. And no lie, one of the damn members, his name was Pooh Baby. Pooh Baby looked at me and was like, Marietta? Where that's at? Yeah. Like, this man, Decatur and Marietta are like, I don't know, 15, 20 miles from each other. And this man had never been to Cobb County. And since I moved to Atlanta, I've been to everywhere. I go around, But, yeah, this man had no idea. He had never, the way he kind of responded is like he never even heard of Marietta.
So I thought that was very interesting, man. But yeah, your boy used to dabble, man, in the music industry. I've been always into this entertainment thing. That's why I moved to Atlanta.
Yeah. That's why I moved to Atlanta. My first thing, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, my main thing when I first moved to Atlanta was for the entertainment industry. And first and foremost, I wanted to be a sports agent. Got here to Atlanta, actually worked with a guy being kind of like a sports agent, but at the time, all I was a runner. Well, basically, I went out and tried to get guys, start a conversation with dudes, and then direct them towards the agent. That's kind of the way you work your way up in the agent business. And I did that for a little while, man, and I hated it. Everything. You be careful what you wish for. That is the way the saying goes, because I found myself, running all over the damn country, and these little snotty-nosed kids coming out of college just begging for money. Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? No, I ain't got it. And I'm not going to tell you who the agent I was working for, man, but nah, I hated that, man. It was all little snotty-nosed kids, that have been pampered their whole life, asking you to give them some money, this, that, and the other. I mean, not one or two, but pretty much all of them. Can you give me some money? Money, 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 money. And I just didn't like that. They wanted you to run behind them, like they were little babies or whatever. I'm like, I'm not grown. I'm not babysitting no grown-ass man, so I stopped doing that. Then I moved to the record industry. And then the 2 Live Stews came in the 2000s, the early 2000s, 2001, and the rest is history. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so we had two groups. Passion Click, I see somebody mentioning it in the chat room. Damn, we got to get to this football stuff. But this is what we do around here. It's okay. We had two groups. And I actually still have, and this is going to be a collector's item. If I look, I ran across it a while back in one of my drawers, like one of the CDs we had for Third Degree. Which was the other group that we had. We had one group called Passion Click. They were from Decatur, and the other group was called Third Degree. And they were from Memphis, Tennessee. And they had moved here to Atlanta. Real good sound. You know that Memphis sound where it's kind of like 3-6 Mafia type sounding when they were hot. Memphis got this little kind of like scary haunted house type sound, I used to call it back in the day. And so they were like that. They had some skills. And so, yeah, that was the two groups that we had, man. And, I think they're working at Target or something right now. But it's all good. They were good. We tried. We tried. Oh, boy. The thing about Atlanta that I found out real quick, it was two other bros, one of my chapter bros and another bro, one of my tight men. We were kind of like together. And then my homeboy, Ron, Chucktown Ron. The thing that I found out real quick about Atlanta was it was very cliquish, man. Like everybody that made it, like they put their boys and their cousins and their homeboys and their classmates on. Like we tried to get, a little bit of love and can we open up for you, this, that, and the other? Nah. So we were kind of like outsiders. Atlanta is very cliquish in the music industry. Trust me on this. And we worked on this, man, for probably 3-4 years, But Atlanta is very cliquish, and I guess I can't be mad at them, for taking care of your people. But if you coming from the outside, man, it's hard. It's that much harder, man, because everybody's taking care of each other. And everybody went to Tri-Cities High School, which is this performing arts high school here in Atlanta, or everybody went to Mays High School. I think that's what Outkast and them cats went at. And so they take care of each other, which is a good thing, but it wasn't a good thing for us. There you have it. There you have it. Dougie does the music industry. All right, we late. Back in 3 minutes. Ball Penis coming up next.
Oh, I got a live one here.
Hey, what's happening, everyone? Vince Wright, the sports governor from Minnesota here. Want to make sure you're listening to Sports Done Right every Wednesday on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.